All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's January 12th, 2024. Let's go ahead and jump back to yesterday and take a look at what happened here. It was a pretty fun morning for us. We were expecting the market to continue to push higher, given everything that we were seeing. The problem was we had a couple areas above us that we expected to be trouble for the bulls, and one of them happened to be, then we specifically spoke about this before the market was opening, because we were holding 50% of the day before, and you can see it was kind of like a stair step off our first roadmap level at 04, and then off the 50%, and then as it progressed higher, actually stair stepped off the next roadmap level. So it was a nice kind of bullish look to things. The problem was, I told you guys this 28 to 30 area, 28 to 29 was going to be the first area that we would expect to see the bears jump in. So we wanted to see the bears or the bulls get through this area, and if they couldn't, and they couldn't hold above 50% of the previous day, then the expectation was for some type of pullback. So again, we stair-stepped up our roadmap levels coming into the open, and then right out of the open came right into 28 to 30 here, and just did not have enough strength to break through. In fact, nice bearish signal up off those highs, and then here you go. Here's our crossover. Here's price getting back below the 200, back below VWAP, and as you guys, whoever was in the room knows, we went ahead and got short. A couple other people got short, and we took this down. Now, if you zoom out and you take a look at the price action in relation to our levels, again, it was kind of an attempt by the bulls to stair step up the levels, and then they came into the back end of our levels and started to have trouble. So if you look at it from the opposite perspective, we stair stepped down as well, right? So we came up yesterday in the pre-market, in the overnight pretty much, and failed right off our scaffolding level, and then came down and failed off the high the day before. Now this is that news release where it just kind of wicked right up and then failed. And then we held again the back end of this level and then began the push down lower. So it was a stair step up, but then failed in the fashion of a stair step down, if you will, right? And then from there, we got a pretty nice push lower. Great opportunities to get short. You guys know what we did here. And then again, if you're to zoom out and look at all this incredible stuff in terms of holding these levels, we got the scaffolding, then we got the next pocket of expected resistance, then it got down through 50% of the previous day in our scaffolding and failed just in front by maybe 3 ticks there, and then eventually price got all the way down below the previous daily low, and this pocket that we did expect to hold for support, which by the way, it went ahead and pounced right off of it there, right on the way down. So I mean, in terms of whatever perspective you want to look, bullish or bearish, on the bullish side, we attempted to stair step up and failed. And from the bearish perspective, we stair stepped right down all of our levels. So pretty cool if you ask me. And then what happened about an hour or two after the open there, they held the next scaffolding area. In fact, it tried to bounce the first time, got a little duck below it, and then held it here on that third test and went ahead and brought us back up. So on the way back up, again, it stair-stepped from the bearish side of things and held the back end of the low of the day before. But then on this pullback, could not get through the 200, and then it began to stair-step up the levels and hold the back end of each one all the way up, coming up to the high of the end of the day, which was our next roadmap level. So, you know, beautiful stuff, guys. Great opportunities, not only on the short side of things after the market opened and failed right off our first expected resistance, but also to potentially become a bull, recognizing that we were breaking out back up, holding our scaffolding level, breaking out back above the 200 here and attempting to retrace the morning sell-off. So lots of good opportunities on the way up. Very aggressive though. They did hold the FMA basically the whole way up. You did have a really nice pullback to the roadmap level at 97.5 with divergence and obvious trouble there for the bears and the continuation higher, and even a pullback right to the next roadmap level at 04 for the pop to our next roadmap level at 20. So just really great stuff. This is why I say our levels, when they work within just a couple ticks, sometimes maybe a point or two, and they give you very low risk areas in the chart to try a trade. Doesn't mean the levels work every time, but really great stuff. A lot of times when you're in a bearish market, you can basically short the back end of each roadmap level and basically add to a really big trade if you're that type of trader, and vice versa on the other side. So failed right off our roadmap level at the end of the day. Bring this back over here, and then tried to hold the scaffolding here going into the close. So basically parried back and forth, and that brings us here into the overnight session for today. And again, having a lot of trouble at our very discrete roadmap level at 20.5 and chopping around now. So the whole overnight session has just been a chop fest, and that brings us here close to the open now. So let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames.